Oh! Yeah! Let's go! Holy shit! Get ready to fly!
Flight 527 ready for departure.
Get ready to fly! Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zachary Nolan. Welcome back. Carter Nolan is behind the camera.
Yep.
How are we feeling? Do we feel relaxed? I don't know if relaxed is the word, but we are. It's okay. We got the 2 points. It was a lot scarier, and it's okay. If you cried a little bit out of fear, if you got some anxiety there, some fear, that's all good. It's okay. It was scary, and we got through it. Jets win 3-2 of the Buffalo Sabres. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit the subscribe button. Please subscribe. We'd appreciate it. We haven't got a lot of new subscribers in a while, and we love meeting
So
new
become
people.
one of them.
Yes, and and if you're one of the old people that have been here, good to see you again. Thanks for coming out. Don't forget to say hi in the comments and leave a like. That helps too. So we got a busy weekend. We have 2 Jets games, and then the goddamn Grey Cup is happening.
Grey Cup, baby.
Grey Cup weekend. Okay. So, let's start with the first game. The Jets win 3-2 over the Buffalo Sabres, and I didn't know how this was going to go. Going in, it was kind of fortunate for us. Tage Thompson was injured just recently, so it was obviously going to be a weaker Buffalo squad. That being said, they were getting back Zach Benson, and Eric Comrie, fresh off injury, was thrown into the fray. Couple decisions, obviously with Rasmus Kupari's recent injury, that means that they could have brought up a player. They chose to bring up Axel Jonsson-Fjällby on emergency recall, rather than bring up Toninato. There's a theory that the Jets are banking cap space because we're going to be buyers at the deadline. I definitely subscribe to that idea. And Axel Jonsson-Fjällby looked fine, perfectly fine. I liked him on the penalty kill. He was good, especially when Lowry took that penalty in the first period. It was key for him to have a really good showing on the penalty kill. And they killed all the penalties they needed to. Also drawing into this game, Logan Stanley, less good. And what do I say about Logan Stanley? I don't like Logan Stanley. I feel like if anything, this game just showed that he'd be exempt from getting claimed on waivers. Like, he's not getting claimed on waivers if we drop him. If he is, bye-bye. But, yeah, it's not a huge loss if we lose him. He had a meh game. He's probably getting wake up, sleepyhead. Half the town is nearly dead. He's getting the Mike Ward for the worst Jet. I just didn't like a damn thing. He's just there. That's all he is. He looks like he's on stilts, and he has the same mobility. He doesn't do anything. Doesn't throw hits, doesn't change plays. He killed a 4-on-2 rush for our team. Which was really annoying. Kyle Connor drops it back to the corpse of Logan Stanley. Awesome. Yeah, I didn't like it. He came in for Nate Schmidt, gets him a couple reps. Declan Chisholm right now is on a conditioning loan with the AHL. We'll talk more about that later in our Moose Watch segment, but I just wanted to mention that as well as the only other change in the roster makeup. Hellebuck versus Comrie. Solid goaltending duel. Weird game. The Jets escaped this game, I think. I don't think we looked really impressive. The first period was fine. We outshot them, I believe, going in and ending at the end of it. But there were times where guys were getting caught. Like, it was a tight game, and then it wouldn't be. It would be like, okay, a couple, like, transition chances. Oh, God, it's a breakaway. And then there'd be at nothing. Connor nearly had a breakaway to give him the sole possession, the goal-scoring lead, because Matthews didn't score today, but he still stays tied nonetheless in first place. The We go to the second period, and the goals start opening up. Cole Perfetti, after a great stretch past the Vlaslav Nemesnikov, sets it up for Cole Perfetti to score. 1-0 reaction here.
Okay, I was looking at some Moose stats right now, just so I missed like putting post like out loud. They just scored. Perfetti's nuts. Absolutely fucking nuts. And I love it.
Great, love to see it. Cole Perfetti is on a...
You said Cole Perfetti sets it up for Cole Perfetti.
I said Vlaslav Nemesnikov sets it up for Cole Perfetti.
Okay, I didn't hear that. I heard Cole Perfetti. Okay, no. Okay. Anyways, to clear the record, Vladislav Nemesnikov to Cole Perfetti. Good stuff. Cool beans. Anyways, continue.
Like Jim in the office. Cole Perfetti now is on a 5-game goal-scoring streak and an 8-game point streak. Love to see it. He's been red hot as of late. This second line had a very good game. Once again, it built back. The second line has been the line that the Jets have kind of been like a little worrying for most Jets fans. It hasn't always got going, but these last 2 games have looked really good for the second line. They got 2 goals tonight with that line. Jets not long afterwards with their third line out there, ye old faithful at Mason Appleton would score to make a 2-0 reaction here.
Yeah! Attaboy, Apples! Fucking right, lads! Woo! I was about to say, what the fuck was Shifley? So Shifley breaks his stick, and the pass goes, and Shifley just goes... That's gonna be a clip.
Great zone entry, tap-in goal there. Love to see it. The third line gets those all the time, and they're great every time. And then not long after that, the Buffalo Sabres scored and made a 2-1 reaction here.
Unfortunately, as I was admiring that goal, the Sabres just went and scored. That is unfortunate. Not so ideal.
Unfortunate. It was funny. The second period, despite outscoring the Sabres 3-1, was an ugly period as a whole. We barely got any shots. The third goal by the Jets, just look at this nonsense.
Zone inch. Oh, wow! How did that go in? Holy fuck! The camera didn't even pan over! What the fuck happened? Stop the count! How did it happen? The crowd stood up. That's how I found out the puck went in the net. From the crowd. Where the fuck does this go? Oh! Power, what are you doing? What are you doing, Owen?
So, Nikolai Ehlers at the point where the blue line and the boards meet, kind of throws it towards the net. Owen Power's in front of the net. Owen Power, who I hope doesn't play baseball in his spare time because I could never put him in my infield, goes like this. He gets perfectly in front of Eric Comrie. Pretend that this jersey is Eric Comrie. Perfectly in front of Eric Comrie, and then goes like this. He whiffs. He doesn't catch it. He just goes, I'm going to leave that.
So it does not have the Tim Stutzla
and just
baseball abilities.
And just absolutely, like, Comrie just goes, okay, guess we're doing this. And just completely suies, he power suies his own goalie. But yeah, that'll do it pretty much for the second period scoring. Again, happy to leave it with a 2-goal lead. What time is it?
Moose Watch!
Today on Moose Watch, the Manitoba Moose finally, not emphatically, but they finally got back in the win column today. They beat the Belleville Senators to the win. They won 3-2 today against the Belleville Senators. They're on it's a long road trip, but they play 3 straight games in 3 straight nights, which sounds illegal and might be in some provinces, but not there. Thomas Milic got his first AHL win. Good for him. The game was a little bit more stressful than it needed to, though. Moose had a 3-0 lead going in to late in the third period, and then gave up 2 quick ones, which is like that's one way to scare everybody. Declan Chisholm is there on a conditioning loan. Took him a little bit to get moving, but he's been looking okay. Toninato is back down there as well. Jeff Malott is back from his 1-game suspension for leaving the bench during a scrum, I mean. Chibrikov, Cease, and Wyatt Bongiovanni scored. And honestly, side note, I want to talk about, one of the moves I want to talk about, obviously Milic was great. It was great for him to finally get a win. Goaltending has always been a bit of a concern for the AHL. Wyatt Bongiovanni, I think, is going to get a deal next. I think like he's due to be re-signed, and I think the Jets will tender an RFA deal to Wyatt Bongiovanni. He's a guy who's not quite been a point per game. However, there's like 3 guys that sit at the very top of the Manitoba Moose hierarchy. It's Kyle Capobianco, Nikita Chibrikov, and Brad Lambert. All 3 of them are point-per-game players. And then there's this second tier of guys who are showing up on the scoreboard at an increased rate, however, not quite Mr. Consistent. And Wyatt Bongiovanni is probably the top player in that category. I like a lot of what he's showing in his game. Chibrikov, though, looks real good. All of his goals, though, have been from far out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll have more to say probably tomorrow because the Moose will play another game. Depending on the timing of it, we'll have more information. But yeah, also a little bit of a downer note. Rutger McGroarty, who's having tearing it up in the NCAA, was stretchered, sent to the emergency room this afternoon. He was hit in an awkward collision, and he kind of lands on the boards like this, like a sitting position. They stretchered him off the ice, waiting for reports on that. Very unsettling because he's been playing so well, and he just kind of fell so awkwardly.
Like on his tailbone? Or?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, so we're going to see what that is, but that could be very bad news for Jets faithful. Nothing else from around the world to really report other than that. But yeah, that's been Moose Watch! So, we go to the third period, and not long into the third period, the Sabres score reaction here.
Ah! Well, that is unfortunate. Paterka's been there a couple times, and we've avoided disaster till then. Oh, Helly! You let her go! You had it, my guy!
It's real early. It's JJ Paterka who was... there was a lot of times where Paterka was challenging. Him and Dahlin scared me the most tonight. Dahlin kept doing this thing where he just decided to be Bobby Orr for 20 seconds and would just walk in the zone like he owned the damn place. That was scary. And JJ Paterka had at least 2 breakaways in this game, both of which scared me. He gets his own rebound on this second goal. For 7 goals on the year, did not realize he had that many. Good for him, though, honestly. Very good German talent. And then after that, it kind of gets real tense. Obviously, I'd say this is a fun fact. Because we obviously are bad at labeling things. We lost our Hellebunker, so we just found another box. And this is the Hellebunker now. I know it's not as big.
It's even got a little slit to look through.
It does. It does. Fun fact, this is how I watch most games from a stressful location. So, yeah. Pretty much this is what the rest of the game was just watching from inside the Hellebunker, hoping, praying they wouldn't tie the game. And they didn't. Horrible penalty on Zach Benson at the end of the game. Did not deserve it, but gave us a power play. We did nothing on that power play. Absolutely nothing.
I was going to say, the people have probably already seen it. Is there any reason why it says China right on the side, Zach?
The reason it says China is because most boxes are made in China. I think.
Smart man.
Yeah, very good. That's the answer we're going to air. But I'd like you to give me the outtake because it's gold. But yes, Hellebuck holds on. This has been that was easily his best game. But yeah, Jets win
nuts, dude.
3-2. 3 stars of the game. Hellebuck gets first star, Perfetti second, Niederreiter honorable mention, and Nemestikov gets third star. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and we'll see you next time.
Kyle Connor, the old Svechnikov for Connor.